What's up, guys? Welcome back to another day of our lives. Yeah! Today I want to talk about what is better, dogs or cats, and kind of why you should have them in your household. Now I just kind of want to say that I have came up with a lot of these ideas as I've lived with cats and dogs before, and then I also did some research and I have it up right here in front of me, and I just kind of want to go over some of them. Now I'm going to start off with the dog side. Now if you've owned both kind of pets, you probably already know that dogs are smarter, like they can learn more tricks. I mean, from what I've seen, that's what I believe, and I've never seen a cat that has done as much as a dog can do. From my experiences in the past, I've owned, well, let's see. The ones I really remember is probably one dog. His name is Blue. I named him Blue because out of all the puppies, he's the only one that had the blue eyes. And I was like, I don't know, 11 or 10, and Blue is the only thing that came up in my mind. I remember taking my dog out in public sometimes and saying, Blue, come here, Blue, come here. People are like, why is he saying Blue? I'm like, that's my dog's name. Having a dog can also be a good way to stay healthy. Now, what I mean by that is, if you didn't have a dog, say you had no pets in your house and you just come home from work, or you got nothing to do all day and you're just sitting at home, and maybe you go to the gym too, but say if you didn't go to the gym and you got nothing to do, if you had a dog, I'm pretty sure he'd love to go on a walk with you. Like my dog, if I say, hey, let's go on a walk, and he would just jump right up and want to go, and I'm out the door. And sometimes he can motivate you to go work out, and your dog is always going to be there. And here's a study on the internet that says they help you stay in shape. A study from University of London has determined that kids with dogs are more active and exercise more often than kids without dogs. After all, it's a lot more fun and interesting to go jogging with your dog than alone. So say you're going on a run with your dog, and you happen to encounter another person with a dog, and the dogs, of course, go towards each other and they sniff their butts and sniff for like 5 minutes, and trying to like say, who are you, what kind of dog are you? I don't know. But then, that kind of links to another thing where you eventually talk to that person and say, ask them what kind of dog it is, or how often do you take your dog on a run, some tips or something like that. Now I found this interesting fact. Goldsmiths College released a study that showed more dogs will approach someone who's crying or in distress than someone who is not. This shows that dogs are empathetic and are eager to help comfort humans in pain. Now, I remember some days when I was coming back home and, I just have a terrible day at work, or, I'm depressed or something like that. My dog, Blue, would always come up to me, what dogs do. If you have your arm sitting over there, he'll, like, try and sneak his arm, try and lift it up and get you to pet him. It makes you laugh sometimes after you kind of, take your hand away, and then he just continues to keep doing that. I really do think it helps with, if, you're going through a hard time or stressing out about work. I think a dog can always help cure that. Maybe not a whole lot, but I know at least a little bit. I'm pretty sure you've seen a service dog, dogs that people bring, indoors, which you don't normally see, and they have a vest on them saying a service dog for whatever reason. And some of them can detect cancer. Some of them can detect if you're having a seizure, or even dogs that work with cops, they can detect like any sort of drug substances or things like that. You might find this a little bit weird. Studies have shown that saliva, both the human and doggy variety, can help stimulate nerves and muscles and get oxygen moving again, which is the secret ingredient in helping wounds to heal. In short, licking your wounds is not just a glitch after all. Now think about that, you dog owners. I'm pretty sure you've seen maybe your dog get a cut on their leg or something, some rash or whatever, but you've seen them always lick it. They want to heal themselves. Maybe that's why. Mind is exploding. For anybody that is in high school or even college, there is also something that dogs can help you with. Finals week sucks. Just ask any stressed out college student or anyone who's ever been one. Many schools, thankfully, have found a way to help. Dogs programs that provide therapy dogs to campuses for overworked students to pet play with, or just plain cuddle with, have proven successful in calming down students and hopefully improving their test scores. So if you want to pass all your finals, get a dog. But don't just get it for that. You need to treat it like it's your pet too, because they want to feel loved. Now say you've had some kids in your house, or you have something expensive. Now if you get a dog, and I guess if it's trained right, or maybe it's already like built into their system. Sometimes when someone knocks on their door, your dog is going to get up and start barking really loud. Or when a dog sees something like a raccoon or some movement out in the window, they'll start barking. Now say you're hanging at home and you just happen to be watching TV at night and you hear your dog barking. He must have seen something outside, or somebody knocked at your door and you just didn't happen to hear it. He can always be your alarm or alert you if something is around. Dogs, I think, are a alert system, or a security system, I should say. So those are the reasons I have on dogs. I'm sure there's millions of more. I just didn't want to go over all of them, but I thought those are pretty interesting ones to talk about. Now we're going to go on to the cat side. This is my cat Portia, and she's been in my life I don't know how long. She's getting to be a pretty old cat, but I like to call her a lion because she looks like one. Now she's an outside cat, she's not an inside cat, and I know there's different kinds of cats out there. I know there's people that keep them inside, don't let them outside, and then there's people that keep them outside for reasons. And those reasons, I think, are, if you live on a farm, I think it's mostly farms that this happens at, is where you get a lot of mice or possums or whatever, some small mouse, rat size creature going around your house. Cats usually eat those, and or they can either scare them off and keep your house a little clean from that kind of stuff. Now cats are not really as friendly, I don't think, as dogs are. The cats are just like those kind of those things that sit there and don't care about life, and not to be like in a mean way, but just sitting there and sleeping. I don't think you can ever get a cat to walk with you or run with you on a leash. Dogs are way better at that than cats are. If you try to take a cat, you probably have to start dragging him. Listen to this. Cats would naturally spend up to 6 hours a day foraging, stalking, catching, and consuming prey. They would eat 10 or more mice a day, probably involving about 30 attempts at capture. Therefore, the predictable availability of food only twice a day in a food bowl in the kitchen does not represent any kind of challenge whatsoever, and leaves the average pet cat with a void of several hours that it would need to fill with other activities. So depending on where you are, maybe they don't spend that much time a day. It's always going to be different in whatever climate or area you live in. Cats can also, get mosquitoes or bugs that are inside of your house, and that's a lot of fun to watch sometimes when you see like a bug flying around and the cat's just like jumping over the walls, jumping off the desk, and jumping off the couch, climbing up the couch, and trying to catch the bug for you. So they're good. They're like a security system too, but they hunt small objects that are smaller than them, obviously. So that is kind of what I have about cats. There's a lot of pros and cons about cats and dogs. When you first get the puppy or first get the kitten, they start pooping and peeing on the carpet, and you just makes me mad. And I think that's like a learning experience for you if you haven't owned one already, to start training them to go outside or go in the litter box. I think dogs are smarter, and they help you change your lifestyle a little bit, and they are a little bit of a security system. Cats, they aren't very smart, but they are smart in a way, and they hunt down, they keep your house clean from diseases passed by rats or mice. They keep them away. They also bring joy. It's fun to play with them. If you have like a laser, if you've done that before, it's a lot of fun to watch. You can do it for hours. Just get a little red laser and just looks like a little dot on the wall. The cat will go after it and go crazy about it. Overall, I think dogs are better on my side, but cats are great as well. Dogs I like more because they help me get out of my bed sometimes, and they are a little bit more, they're a little bit smarter. So if you tell them to sit down or stay, they'll listen. And the cats, they don't give a crap. But cats are great as well. I would suggest having both in your house. Even if you have like a whole family, I suggest having both kinds of pets in your house. I think if you own a dog or cat at a younger age and grow up with them, you will experience less allergies. That's just in my opinion. because you get more used to it at a younger age, and I guess your body just like kind of understands what it is and telling you that you don't need to be allergic to it, something like that. I'm no expert. I know I have allergies, and I don't think it's from cats and dogs. I think it's from like dry grass. When it's summertime, that's probably like the first month of summer when it's hot out. That's probably the worst month of my life. I just get puffed up eyes, red eyes, itchy. My whole body's itchy from dry grass, hay type stuff. But I mean, I don't think I've ever been allergic to cats or dogs ever in my life. We've owned them I think since I was born, and I know a couple people that don't own dogs or cats, or at least didn't own one at the younger age, but they have one now, and they have a little bit of allergies. So that could be something to think about if you ever had a kid. I'm not saying like now or anytime soon, maybe way down the road, but if you want them to not have allergies or grow up being a healthy person, maybe get a dog or cat, make them happy, make them a little bit more active. It's just in my opinion, and maybe if you're not that kind of person, then that's completely fine. Everyone's different. This is just from my own experiences, from my past cats and dogs, and let me know what you guys think. Do you like cats or dogs better, or even both? They're both great animals. They're both great aliens that were invented in this world. And that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on Friday with another game.